Bonsoir, bonsoir, comment vas-tu? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis la Reine. I am the Hoodoo Queen. Bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Welcome to my channel. Tonight's video, we are going to be discussing elevation and the evolution of your magic of conjuration. As you well know, this is our the weekend of the now the alumni of the 2024 Conjure South Hoodoo Institute of Traditional African American Conjure Work and Divination students. They have graduated. They are my elite employees and all of those things. And so I thought to myself, I haven't seen you all. I didn't see you on Thursday. I didn't see you on Friday officially. So I said I had to come here, although I've had a very full, demanding weekend. I knew that I needed to be here with you all. But before we get into this conversation, I do want to ask you to please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below, hit your notification and post notification button, and please share the video. And beyond that, once this video has ended and uploaded, please leave a comment in the video of how this video has touched you or insight that it has given you, etc. Before we actually go too much further into the conversation, I want to again express my gratitude and appreciation to each and every one of you that have taken it upon yourselves to donate to my household's cause of starting a family. There's a video that speaks about spiritual children and all of those things, and I'll make a pre-recorded one that just gets straight to the point. But you know the weight and the responsibility and the purpose that it provides. So I want to say thank you to those that have already and quickly invested in our IVF and surrogacy journey, and for those that are not aware, you are able to donate with the GoFundMe link in the description box. You can read the description in the GoFundMe if you are interested. As I was saying in the video previous, to be honest, I have 124,000 followers, viewers, etc. All I really need is 10,000 to give $10, and it will meet my goal. Please feel free to share it to those that you know that understands this journey, would like to support the journey. Don't be wasteful with your energy, with your efforts in what you do for the things in your life as well as mine. So I would appreciate it greatly. I thank you so very much. As we mosey on here, merci. I also want to just say tomorrow and Tuesday, acceptance letters goes out to the up and coming 2025 Institute students. Thank you so much, Adriana. Or Adrina. Adrina. It would be Adrina. We. So and another round comes in. And the thing about it is I may the ads be in your may the odds be in your favor applicants. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me tell you, it is something. It is absolutely something. But this weekend inspired me to do this live because as I'm looking at these students, or now these the alumni here, and I'm looking at where they started last September and where they have just began this July, after 12 months of investment in all of these things, how beautiful of a journey it is. I truly feel that many individuals are not elevating or developing or even any form of evolution in their journeys, mainly because there is this false idea of what that journey looks like, what that journey is. And a lot of people will often go, well, how can I strengthen my what can I do so I can hear my ancestors? Or what can I do so that I can be more powerful in this spell work? What can I do? And it's all of these things because they are, or you may actually be judging your journey based off of some social media influencer's filter. A lot of you are judging where you are genuinely to somebody's social media performance. Let me tell you now, because the spirits, they're all around. And I see them. There's a woman, a mother figure. And I see the men in your lineage and all the children that, and all of these things. And it's this false idea of what things actually are. And I want to just go back and say that again so that you understand that um, the reason you're much further than the people that you may like or those that may entertain you. Your favorite influencers that have those 200,000 followers, essentially every single day are auditioning for America's Next Top Conjurer. To be honest, they are all fighting to see who's going to be the next spiritual employee, the next elite spiritual employee. And people are looking at, and I want y'all to listen to me very clearly, please. S'il te plaît. Écoutez, s'il vous plaît, ma chère. The majority of you, and maybe not you, because if you hear, you may know better. But there are many, let me say that, there are many that are basing analytical accomplishments to your genuine success. Their analytical entertainment accomplishments can't compare to your genuine success because, yes, they are testifying about, and yes, I said what I said, testifying. They are testifying about what they see, what they can do, what they can conjure, all the things they're done, all of their lineages, all of their blood, all of these things as a performative act. Whereas you're sitting there and you say, well, my ancestors, I mean, I may dream about them once a month, every other month. I know that they're present. I know and I trust that, but I'm not having the visions like this person. Baby, it's because they're blind. Genuinely and authentically and realistically, you may not have dreams about your ancestors every single day. It's not supposed to be that way. That's not normal and it's not real. I don't. So if I one of royal descent, proven, come from a historical spiritual family, proven. I am telling you that that is not my reality. Someone that has been dealing with the dead since the age of 3, says my mother. I remember from the age of 5 and certainly by the age of 8. But from her since the age of 3, if this has not been my reality, how is it going to be somebody else's reality that's 23, 24 years old that just picked up and turned on a TikTok and began to do very interesting and entertaining things? It's not the reality. It's not true. And I also want to express this to you as well. I want you all to begin to be I want you all to begin to listen to your TikTok, Insta astrologers. There's no development. They're regurgitating the same thing every time. Everything, every time, same thing. Different card, same message, same delivery. And this is one of those things where I communicate to people. A lot of individuals begin to operate in this space of, if I can spit fire these things, or let me get solid in this information, that I am wise, I am developing, etc. And I was telling the graduating class, for example, a lot of people go, oh yes, because, see, this is why I didn't want this thing on me. Because it really messes up like the whole thing, the whole vibe. It begins to be this thing of, you're seeing this regurgitation, but here's the thing about it. It's these individuals that have created a solid, stabilized system or method for their fan base. That's it. This is it. I was telling the graduated class, the alumni here of 2024, a lot of individuals think, well, if I own a spiritual business, then I am living my truth. If I'm doing readings, I'm living my truth. If I'm on TikTok, if I'm on Instagram, if I'm on the YouTube, whatever it is, I'm living my truth in all of these things. And I showed them at the beignet place, at the on the foraging trails at the barn, how owning your business, becoming or having a business demands so much that your spiritual muscles will go through atrophy. So they're becoming underdeveloped. You're not evolving. You're not developing. You're not elevating in your journey. It's not happening. It can't happen because you are literally doing the same thing all the time. Whenever people, merci beaucoup. Yes. When you're doing the same thing all the time, it's a routine. You have a business, you got a little paper that says, this is how you use this magic. This is how you do this magic. This is how you do this magic. But nothing is allowing you to actually grow. So this is a very important part that I want to communicate, is to understand that your genuine experience of taking this herb, taking this salt, putting it in water, expecting a result, and it doesn't quite do what you do, that is also teaching you what you need to do more of or differently, okay? That is a teaching moment. See, the evolution of it all, the wealth is in the journey, not the accomplishment. And that is with everything when it comes to life. It is not the accomplishment. It is not the house. It's not the car. It's not the money. It is how did you make that happen? And how can I duplicate, elevate, develop, multiply, magnify that? This is where you get your development, your evolution, your elevation. All of those things bring that about. But I want to express to you something greater when it comes to the idea or the possibilities of the idea and the possibilities of your development. One thing is you have to give yourself the opportunity. Part of your evolution is challenge, resistance. But you listen to me well and you listen to me clear. It is not suffering. It is not suffering. I have never suffered a day in my spiritual purpose, obligation, growth, development, evolution, elevation. Not once. There have been challenges. There has been resistance. But my love, listen to me clear. If a tree does not go through a storm, the roots doesn't know how to bunker down. The roots don't become strong. Your foundation does not become strong. So you have to have that resistance. It's the same way with weight lifting. You're doing a bike. You can stay on the same level of resistance for 90 years and wonder, well, why am I 15 pounds heavier? I don't understand. Or I haven't gotten any better. Or things have just plateaued. Things are stagnant because there's not been any resistance. Resistance is not suffering. Let me express something to you very clear and dear, ma chère. Écoutez, s'il vous plaît. D'accord? Listen very well. Écoute. Tu écoutes. If medicine is taken and it harms your body, it is poison. If magic, spell work, causes you to suffer, it is a curse. I want y'all to think about this, and I speak to you all in this way because it's super important to understand that when it comes to development, elevation, evolving, and we're talking about the space of conjuration and hoodoo, for example, magic, conjuration in general, not just hoodoo, but conjuration in general. No, hoodoo, because in hoodoo, culturally, there's no gods or goddesses, there's no life ethics. But if you look to nature, you can find life ethics. When a bird hatches, it has to break the egg. That's a challenge. It's a resistance. But it gets through it. It doesn't suffer. When that bird begins to evolve into a fluffy little cute ou petit mignon, a little cute being. It doesn't suffer from those wings becoming soft from they becoming wet to soft. From wet to soft, you may have growing pains, but it is not hurt. It is not torture. For your wings to mature, even when you begin to fly, you may not go from this branch, perched on this branch to that tree, but you may go from this branch to the ground, to hopping a little bit more, to flapping a little bit harder, until you build the muscle to go from tree to tree. It's not suffering. But here's the point about it. If you find yourself suffering in your spiritual journey, in your magic, in your spell work, in those things, maybe you are not ready to be doing that kind of work. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you compare yourself to the filters and the entertainers of social media, you place that upon yourself. I'm going to give you guys a quick word here. The issue that you all, or that some people have when it comes to genuinely evolving, is not even so much no, it is what it is. To be honest, most individuals have an issue, have a problem, and a very emotional disdain with changing. Because many of you have begun to think that change is negative, or change is a difficult challenge, or change is an opposition for you to fail. If you can listen to me well, please, I'm giving you the answers to your evolution and your development. Respect changing so you can enjoy the effects of change. Respect the entity, the being, the energy, the vibration, whatever you want to call it, the spirit of changing, so you can celebrate, bask, and appreciate the change. See, people often want to hit that wall of thinking that that change is a negative experience, but it is a necessary element. But understand that your evolution, your changing, is going to look different because your DNA is different. Your region is different. Your culture is different. Your household is different. So that may look different. Some things may be similar, but yours may be different. And I love this because when you're in the Conjure South Hoodoo Institute of Traditional African American Conjure Rootwork and Divination, you actually get to see how all of us are doing the exact same method. I'm following this recipe to a T, but we all have different challenges, all different resistance, all different hardships, never suffering, but we are all ending with the same result and blessing. Yours may happen in a day. Yours may happen in 2 hours. Yours may happen in a week. Yours may happen in a month. But regardless, you are clear that the work works. And that is really, really important. Whether you're in the institute or not, do not allow somebody else's accomplishments or even social media analytics of hundreds of thousands of followers validate the gifts and experiences that they did not give to you. They cannot validate your abilities or your talents when they did not give you those things. When you ask all of my students about their experiences through the Institute, you would never hear any of them say, no, well, Queen said that this wasn't a spirit, or this wasn't the experience, or none of those things. No, 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 no. That's what you got from ages 2 to 3 until you were 23 and quickly realized, you know what, something about me is different. I don't quite know what it is, but I am willing to invest in who I am and what this could be. So when you come into my space, I'm not going to validate nothing because you saw what you saw. You heard what you heard. And what I love about it too is sometimes people don't say things, especially in the Institute, but everybody done thought it or they done heard it as well. And that's where community is so beautiful, or even like this type of community. I'm not looking for you to necessarily bow at my feet as your queen, but I am absolutely requiring you to allow your experience be valid. I will go even further when it comes to these charlatans, not the entertainers. The entertainers just being entertaining, but the charlatans that do have magical ability, but they are exploiting things or appropriating things. I'm not even telling you they're not magical, but what I'm telling you is it's not hoodoo. I'm telling you it's not obia. I'm telling you it is not guinea guinea. I'm not telling you it's not green green. I can tell you it's not juju. I can tell you those things, but I cannot tell you that it's not magical, especially if it works. And so, as you travel upon your journey, as you travel upon your roads, as you truly began to accept what you are, do not compare your experiences to the filters of an influencer. Do not compare your visions to the post of a entertainer. Do not compare your spell work. Oh, pardon my disease. I dropped the mic. Literally, I dropped the mic. How funny is that, right? I made it funny. So, um, but this is all to understand that you um can't do that. I mean, you can, but then you're gonna always feel I'm not doing enough. I'm not seeing enough. Why am I weak? Why I don't have this? My baby, I'm telling you, it's not what they say it is. I promise you that. Do yourself a favor and favor yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to educate, to study, and make sure that you can be in a space where you are truly being spiritually fed, and not ingesting empty spiritual calories. Don't let the aesthetics fool you. This weekend during graduation, um, my students had an opportunity to watch me do things without a candle, without an incense, without an herb, or even words. Was able to watch me in real time do real things, things that you would probably see in movies, in real time. No herbs, no candles, no incense, no powders, no dirts. Just me and what I know that I can do, what I have the ability to do. And even if they didn't quite understand what they were experiencing on the um on the observant side of it all, they were able to feel this weight or energy or pressure change. And so to give people this type of opportunity, um, it is necessary, but it's only available to those that have the ability to do so. Um, when I stopped listening to my cousin who felt she was a strong witch vampire, yeah, you know, I'm gonna let that be between you and your cousin. But I just wanted to come on, like I said, briefly today and have that discussion. When you're doing spell work, okay, everybody doesn't get to see it in real time. Exactly. Exactly. You don't get to see it in real time. You don't know what it is because when you're with me, it's not um this feeling and vibrations. No, I'm doing stuff. I'm doing the things. And you see the results in real time. Um how can we know our gifts and abilities? How can we know? I think you meant to say our gifts and abilities from a consultation. A consultation doesn't quite give you your abilities, it can give you hints, but the Institute gives you experiences. Every one of my students know if they're a conjurer, if they're a seer, if they're a diviner and conjurer, if they are um, a seer and a root worker, they end up figuring that out. And then it's not just that, they then know, oh, I'm good with candles versus oils and waters versus incense or fire. And so all of these things are um, provided through the Institute, to be honest. Why all the in-person gatherings are essential. Exactly. Because there are certain things. I mean, certain. And there's actually one thing I meant to also do this graduation that I didn't do, but I'll do it for Working Ritual Weekend. Get ready for that. Working Ritual Weekend is coming up in November. Um, so just be ready for that. But everybody, I appreciate you greatly. I thank you for listening. I hope that this was insightful. I hope that this was encouraging, just to let you know that you are where you're supposed to be. It's not that you're not hearing your people, it's just that you have not understood how to listen all the time, and also listen in different ways. Also listen in different ways. Um it's not that your magic isn't working, it's you don't understand how it works. You may do good luck work and it may come across as love work. But see, because you're so focused on the banks of the river, you missed your blessings on the shores of the ocean because you were expecting luck and money. But instead, a love came into your life. So you have to be open to seeing and giving yourself the opportunity to see exactly how what actually happened after I did this. And it doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It now means, well, now I know how to bring love into my life. Let me do something else to see what love may look like. What a beautiful thing that is. And you don't need to come from a long, 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 long line or royal lineage or none of those things. It's not necessary. Every bird isn't an eagle, every fish isn't a shark, but they all can fly and they all can swim. Different strengths, different abilities, different weaknesses, but they can still do things. Thank you so much, Marcel. I greatly appreciate it. You all have a wonderful and blessed evening. I got to do a little bit of some deliveries for some students before they head back out of Mobile. Um, I will be seeing you all on Tuesday. Again, before we head out, I just want to remind everybody, if you have the ability, or and I know that in the description it says on August 1st. To be honest, I really can't make the moves I need to make until the goal is met. So that's just how it goes. So it'll probably go be on August 1st, to be honest, because I mean we are definitely having donations made, but we're absolutely nowhere near where we need to be. Just looking at all of my expenses at this time, I could absolutely, after I find someone and the legal things have been done or whatever else, I absolutely could have them flown into Alabama, um, and put them in a hotel. But that's later on down the line. So we're just still very far off with the GoFundMe, but I do hope that you all are able to donate or at least to share. Many blessings to everyone. Bonne nuit out of Idris. Many blessings to all of you. And I will see you all very, very soon. And I guess I should just mention the updates to Jennifer is, remember everybody, if I can't get this done by before November, to be honest, we are screwed. So there's that. Y'all have a great one. Bye bye.